it will be difficult for you to climb. But luckily for me, you have somebody who also passed through an agri college. I know this will be the first time some of you are hearing. I went through quite a agri college, and then later. So quite a in the house. The land is ours. So you have somebody who you can relate to. I don't want to bore you after school. I just want to concentrate, because after school it was a long journey. I don't want to bore you. I just want to concentrate. But a bit of school, if you go through the agri college system, and I bet you can't succeed in life, then wala. Because the training you go through the agri college, I don't know if you still do those training. I remember when we got admission, and then the following day, some of our colleagues went to take their bath. They were going for lectures, and then the seniors were telling us, "Oh, going for lectures," and we never knew, not knowing after when you enter Kwadaso, you have to do 3 months internship training. Just a classroom. You wake up, you go to cocoa farm, and you are going to do weeding. From cocoa farm, in the evening, you go to citrus farm. We also have our vegetable farms where we also have, I mean, those areas, you have to go for about 3 months, and if not, attend the lectures. And we were about 80 or so. It was about just 60 that survived. The rest, they have to leave. Especially most of the Accra guys. Because Omono Adosemno was not part of their DNA. And for you to be able to go through that training, and then for you to come out, I don't know where you can survive. And it's that training that's made me what I am today. So, some of us even started businesses in school. You know, if you know Kwadaso, the cocoa farm area, there's the big land beside a stream of water. And some of us were doing vegetable farming in school. You go there early in the morning, about 4 o'clock, go and water before you go for lectures. And we did those things for a living. I bet we were the first crop of guys who introduced vegetables to the Kumasi market. As Antifuno no munim cabbage. Say kuntum raise them here. And it was good cash. So we learned that trade from school. So after school, we decided to continue. So that's a bit of introduction as to my schooling. I don't want to bore you from after school. I just want to concentrate straight to the Agromonti thing, so you can pick some business ideas. Now, for you to be able to enter into this fray, you need to have the knowledge and understanding. Most of the times we want to do business, but it's through hearsay. You see, pure water scout, then you follow suit. At the end of the day, you don't see any profitability. Then you collapse, you go to another business. But for you to be able to succeed, you have to have the knowledge about what you intend to do. Without the knowledge, you'll be ordinary businessman. So the knowledge and understanding is very, very important. Now, within the agro space, one of the key knowledge you have to get is the location for your setup. Apart from the location, you also have to have a shop, you register a company, and then you have your EPA registration. And then you also have to know the crop dynamics. If, for instance, you want to establish the business in a place like maybe the Sefi area, you have to know the crops they do in that area. The Sefi area, they do cocoa and other bit of maize and other crops. So with the dynamics, we are able to know what to zone in. If you take the Sefi area and you go and stock pineapple products for that area, you are not going to make any sales. So it's very, very important to have the knowledge as to what you intend to do. Now, regarding to the understanding, let me give you a classical example. Agromonti, we are about 10 years and counting. When it comes to the agro space, the peak is for you to be able to to supply to Ghana Cocoa Board. That's the peak. Yeah, nah, that's what we are all striving for. The other ones, yeah, sufficient. But for you to be able to supply to Cocoa Board, it's not easy. Because first of all, you have to register a product for about 3 years. After the registration, then they give you the certificate. Then you are able to even sell to cocoa farmers. Then they are not obliged to buy from you. But the other things depend on how effective your product is before they can buy from you. Now, without understanding in the business, what we did was we had a product called Kellic Potassium. This product, we tested this product at Ghana Cocoa Board. They gave us the certificate. So we had wanted to break grounds. And I bet you, if you know the cocoa industry, I mean, some of the companies started when I was not even born. And we are going to compete with this company. So you got to have understanding as to how the industry works. And luckily for me, I assembled a group of guys who had experience, and they gave me understanding as to the cocoa industry. So what we did was, we have to launch this product at Kumasi, Kumasi being a central point. And then we invited all the chief cocoa farmers in Ghana. We hosted them for 2 days. We paid for their transport, everything, for 2 days. Now, within the launching, what we did was, we invited Business and Financial Times, Graphic, UTV for coverage, because we wanted to reach those in authority. Because the farmers there, we've been able to impress upon them to use the product, and they've seen effectiveness. So when we did the launching, these people, the press came, and then the following Monday, we published everywhere. Hey, that is a product by Kellic. And you know that within the ministries, Mondays, Graphic and Business and Financial Times there, we bought pages, and I mean, everybody heard about the product. Now that was at the highest level. Within the farming community, you needed to also promote the product. So what we did was, we did jingles. I don't know if you've been to UTV. UTV, we are sponsoring the AICO. That's it. We are sponsoring the AICO program for the farmers. And then we also went to Multi TV, and then we started with the advice, with the advert. Now, because we needed, you know, if you are doing mass media, definitely the consumer will ask you, so you need to pinpoint. So we identify cocoa input. Cocoa input has about 60 shops around the country. Cocoa input came on board, and then we gave them some of the products. So they did the adverts, and then when they ask, we are able to pinpoint where they're supposed to get. Because if you don't do it that way, what is going to happen is, after you've done your adverts, you tell them to come and buy in Accra. Then we will be fished. You say Accra, and you are will be to Accra. So with that, we were able to mass with the farmers. Then the farmers bought the product, and luckily for us, just last year, we got an award. If you can read for us.
Cited in honor of Agromonti, best product fertilizer, Kellic Potassium. The cocoa health and extension division takes delight in honoring you with this award to appreciate your contribution towards the growth of the cocoa industry. Your product, Kellic Potassium, continues to be the best for our farmers. We are most grateful and very proud of you. God bless you. 26th November.
If you know the cocoa industry, this award is no mean an award. You know, we have big guys in the industry. And as I was saying initially, they've been there for years. And for a new company like Agromonti, within 3 years, to put a product in there, for the product to be adjudged as the best foliar fertilizer in the cocoa industry, is not mean an award. And this is all through understanding how the business dynamics and then working towards it. Now, with the next topic I want to treat is the fact that we don't have to criticize our competitors in terms of what you are doing wrong, because their shortfall is our business plan of a sort. Now let me give you, I know we all know King Solomon in the Bible. King Solomon is somebody who had penchant for nice things. We all know his famous 300 wives and 700 concubines, all because he has eyes for beautiful things. He builds gardens, he built parks. When we talk about parks, parks which were very beautiful. You have water going through it, irrigating, and he is somebody, when it comes to wisdom, he's the apex of wisdom. Now let me give you a classical story he told in the Bible. We can get that quotation from Proverbs 34, 24, 30. You can read it later. But this is what he said. You know, when he was walking through the streets of Jerusalem, somebody who has passion for beautiful things, but this time around, he saw a garden, an orchard. And there was something unusual about the orchard. And the orchard can be equated to maybe something like this. And this time around, Solomon, who liked beautiful things, saw that no, this orchard was not nice. Unlike me and you, we go fast away because we have passion for beautiful things. But Solomon saw that, one, the orchard was not kept. Two, no weeding. Three, no pruning. Mistletoe has engulfed the trees. They were not doing any proper trimming. No wall around the orchard. No, nothing. Thorns around. And he thought to himself, so what's happening to this, the owner of this orchard? And it is this story that Solomon said something. That's a little sleep, a little slumber, a little folding of the arms, and poverty will strike you. That was the main reason why he said those things. And there is some wisdom in the story I'm telling and what we can take from this story. The first wisdom is we don't have to be lazy. You know, this industry, if you want to survive, you don't want to have to be lazy. Otherwise, poverty will strike you. There is no cause for you to be lazy. I remember starting the Agromonti business. Initially, I didn't have car, I didn't have anything. But I needed to make some sales in some farm. I have to take tractor, get to a point, take Okada to some of the farms. And then I have to engage those farm managers. At the end of the day, I made some sales from those visits. And it was not easy. Because going to a farm in J Rivers at the castle area, you have to wake up about 3 to 4, taking a tractor before you get to the farm. And it was through hard work. So the first key is you don't have to be lazy. If you want to be lazy in this industry, you will not survive. So hard work is very, very important. Now the second one I said was the fact that you don't have to criticize your competitors. You know, this is our industry, or any field of life you find yourself. If your competitors are doing something which is not up to scratch, you don't criticize, but you rather take a cue from it. Let me give a classical example to the agro industry. I know you've been to our shop. What did you realize in the shop? Your impression regarding to, you've been to a lot of agro shops, but your impression. Okay. 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 Now, you know, I said you don't criticize your competitors. When I entered this fray, I needed to make a mark. And what I saw with my competitors was, when it comes to agro shop, most of them container. And then, apart from it being the container system, you know, the shelving was poor. It was wooden shelves. And I said, why do you do something like that? But instead of criticizing, what I did was, no, I have to change the status quo. So if you see our shelvings, we have glass shelving and possibly this shelving. And most of the farmers, when they come around, some of them even thought it was a pharmacy shop. Some of them, that was the impression. Because it's only pharmacy shop that you see glass shelving. You don't see it in agro shop. And I bet you, the way we've done our shelving is not how our competitors are doing. But instead of criticizing, we don't criticize. We are doing our own way, in our unique way. And I bet you, this one has increased sales, and you'll be amazed, just because of the way we've done the shelving. The second one is the way we've done it as a supermarket system. Me, if I visit your provision shop and you do that barrier, I have to stand and point items. I will not buy, because I have to have a feel about the shop. Enter, and then I may be able to read, this is what this product is doing, this is what this product is doing. And I bet you, some of the customers come, they don't have idea as to what they want to even buy. But because of the system we've created, the supermarket system, you can go in, you have a feel, you read. It's able to increase sales. But unlike the old thing our predecessors were doing, barrier in there, you stand and then you be looking, okay, my way, and the person goes. So that was another thing I saw with our competitors. And we've done, and it's giving us a lot of sales. Now, regarding to branding, I find it weird the way our competitors were branding agric, especially the companies. They do billboard, and you see some old lady who is about 70, 75 years holding cutlass, and at the same time you are telling the youth agric is profitable. I mean, you are joking. The agric that you want the youth to go in, you are not portraying that sexy bit of agric, where, I mean, you see, the branding should be young guys oriented. And I felt a bit of a challenge with how those branding was being done. So, may have changed the status quo. I use a lot of the youth in terms of our branding. And a bit of even branding. I don't know what you intend to do in future, but branding is very, very important. The reason why we are here is because of branding. Let me give a bit of what I'm saying on that. You know, Farmers' Day has been happening a lot for years, and Agromonti we've not been attending. All because I attend fairs in Shanghai, in Europe every year, and if I see the way the companies have branded their stand, I felt no, that tabletop system, no, it doesn't resonate with me. Say, I'm a fair, now I'm table, now I'm close at all, no. Because you are competing with other companies, and you need to brand in a certain way for people to come to your stand. So I was not prepared. So last year, I prepared. We did our everything, and we went to Cape Coast. And the way we worried Madam Abeta, you can it was not easy. Now when it comes to the brand, it came to the branding. I mean, she can attest to it. If you come to our stand, even the title sponsor, ADB, then they couldn't compare in terms of the way we branded. And you be a king, but we send this shelving, this thing, we had to, we send our own artificial carpet, and we had our TV system in there. And what I saw about the branding was people wanted to willingly come to our stand. The media, for instance, media phone offer, on page, Nyama Shen. Cameraman no uchwa Nyama Wahanam. Osha short effort no uchwa. Ocho we can now call editing bench. The FN no select. So we have about 100 companies exhibiting at Cape Coast, and you want your company. Meanwhile, they have just 5 minutes for footage. Then you want your company to come. Now you brand in a way which is not up to scratch. I bet you offer. And we did the branding in such a way that offer. A lot of people came to our stand. The media, for instance, Joy, Prime, UTV, they even use the backdrop for a lot of their shots. And they even kept a lot of their cameras in the room. They come and then they come and pick their camera. I mean, it was quite exciting. So branding is very, very important. And it was true that Madam Alberta saw that, I've been doing this program, organizing this program for years. But this is the first time I'm seeing such a company. And I think there should be something unique about this company. And she approached, and since then, we've done a lot of programs together, all because of the way we branded. So, kindly clap for Madam Albert for also bringing us on board. Now, it's on the same, not criticizing your competitors, same topic. Now, if you want to make a lot of sales or an impact in your fears of life, what you intend to do, you need to act as a consultant, not as a salesman. What I did was, I do a lot of research as to what I'm doing. When we're in Kwadasu, when it comes to vegetable crops, we did about 36 crops. And buku, practical, I have that flair. I came as I work with the mango industry, pineapple industry. So when it comes to crops, I'm all around. And because of that, when I'm interacting with farmers, I try to give solutions. So my farmers, for instance, any product I recommend for them, they buy because they know it's going to give them solutions. One year, sir, now you want to be a salesman because you want to close some sales. Okay. So you are just selling anything for fun, or because you want to get the money, you are selling keke. No? What will happen the first time you can make an impact, but the second time when the person uses the product and doesn't work, the person will not come again, and that's the end of your business. So anything we want to pursue, we must act as consultants, and as consultants you are giving solutions. You don't act as salesperson. When you are even into farming and you are giving product to somebody, I mean it should be product that should be on top. And yet product be okay. Because if it's any product, what is going to happen is after you supply the first thing, the person will not come again. But it should be product which is on top and is giving satisfaction to the consumer. In that way, we are able to do a lot of sales. So always act as consultant. Now, one thing I also saw in the industry that was not helping was when it comes to sales, you enter into the shop, what happens is when you buy glyphosate, then they write glyphosate 5 cedis. The next time they write at the end of the day, they sum up those things, and then you are not able to do proper tracking in terms of sales. And almost the agri shop, that's what they do. They sell, they write everything in the book. So I saw that no, if you want to grow as a company, I don't think this system will work. So what I did was I got some couple of guys, and then they got some accounting software for us, and then a server. We apparently have a server here. So the server links all the branches, and then with the accounting software, we've installed it in all the branches we have. They are also using internet at all the branches. So any sales they do at any of the branches, we are able to see here. We are able to monitor stocks, levels. I mean, everything regarding sales, we are able to monitor in the head office here. And it makes life easier. Because if you want to rely on that book thing, no, I mean, it's not something you can even track your stocks. But with the accounting software, you are able to track your stocks with a click of a button. Another thing I also saw that most of the companies were not doing was delivery. Now delivery was, it's been a challenge. You can't go to, I don't want to mention their name. We can't go to those my big guys and then call them and then tell them you are at B, you want them to deliver. They will not even mind you. Now Ag-Monti, every corner there we deliver. So what we've done is we've gotten some Okada guys, some Kia guys. So the reason for that variation is the Okada people, if it's 1 liter, 2 liter, they have to send it. Kia, if it's more than 1 liter, if you are in BA, North, what we do is we put the items in the car, but after you've done your mumu, we put your item in the car, we go to the station, we send it. The following day, you go to the station, you have your items. And I bet you, with this, we are able to increase a lot of sales, especially in the BA area, because we have a lot of products servicing the mango industry, and we have a lot of mango farm in the BA. They just call, you call now, in the evening we send the item. The following morning, you go to the station, you have the items. And with this delivery that we are doing, I mean, it's giving us a lot of inflows. So I don't know the businesses you want to sort of pursue. Delivery now is key. That's a modern trend. If you want to have a lot of clients, you have to add delivery to what you are doing. Apparently, we also have a e-commerce website. And the website is www.agromonti.com. You can also visit there. You can buy online. Then you go to the website. We have description as to what the product does, and it becomes easier for us because some of the customers are informed in that they want to go to the website and then have a feel of what they want to buy. So that's what we've also added to what we do. Now, finally, I want to touch on honesty and integrity. You know, when Agromonti started, we didn't have the capital base, so we have to rely on other companies, take items. Some of them were willing to give us items for 30 days, so after 30 days, you have to pay. And I've been consistent with the payment in such that now all our competitors are able to give us goods. Now, the system Agromonti is operating is, you know, when you went to the shop, you had a lot of things. We are doing it a one-stop shop, where, you know, our competitors, they only sell their products. Agromonti is different. We have our brand of products we sell. Apart from that, we sell all our competitors their products. Because at the end of the day, it's kind of epic. So we want a situation where you come to the shop, you have a feel of what you want to buy. It's like the mall system. The reason why the mall are effective is you go there and you have a better tomatoes or Medina. No, Jenny or Adabraka. No. The mall system is giving you a system where you get everything. So you come to our shop, we have insecticide, we decide from our competitor, everything. You have everything, and then you go. And it's that is also increasing sales. So the integrity bit that I've talked about, you know, because we've been faithful with those competitors. You want credit 30 days, they give you, you sell, you give them their money back. I've had a chance of trying to help people to also establish, and I bet you, I give them products, offer they sell, they don't bring money, their money. They use your money for other businesses, and it's sad. So if you want to be able to, I mean, overcome the challenge, I don't want a situation where you want to be a normal businessman. If you want to be a normal businessman, you can go that path. But if you want to be extraordinary in the industry, you have to really put your integrity on stake and be able to meet the demand of all your customers, and you are able to advance faster in what you do. Now, finally, our vision is to become the biggest agro import and distributing company in Ghana. And I know within the next, that's the target we've given ourselves, within the next 3 years, with the help of our team, we are able to achieve this aim. So for now, this is what I have to say. So if you have any question, you can ask. Okay. We don't produce our own fertilizer, but what we do is we import our own range of fertilizers.
You mention your name and then your school, so that I can see.
Okay. Okay. You want to do a follow-up?
Because of what you mentioned.
Okay.
I'm Randa Abdarazak, Central University.
Okay.
That's all I wanted to say.
Okay. What is it? If I come and moderate there. Okay. Okay.
Please, your product can 17 and then Ag-Stud. What is the use of it? And when and how?
Okay. With Ag-Stud, currently the mango industry is saddled with this disease called BBS, bacterial grass spot. It is devastating the mango industry. And luckily for Agromonti, there is only one product called Ag-Stud, which is able to control the BBS. What happened was South Africa, they were using our product, so we needed to import into Ghana, and it was our 10 companies that wrote the proposal to Syngenta You know, Syngenta is the biggest agro input manufacturer in the whole world. Now they needed to choose one company to represent them in Ghana. And luckily, they shortlisted Agromonti and one company. Now finally, what went in for the choosing of Agromonti was we had an off-taker in Blue Sky. Blue Sky wanted to take half of the consumer we bring. So that was the reason why Syngenta finally chose Agromonti for Actigard. So Actigard is a defense activator. You know the way COVID is. You are affected by COVID, you go to the hospital, they tell you take what? Vitamin, and you say, now you're vitamin. It's the same thing. Actigard activates the defense system of the plants. So it's able to fight against that bacteria. Apart from the bacteria, it also fights other diseases. CAN17 is calcium and nitrogen. So if you have calcium and nitrogen deficiencies, you use CAN17. Okay.
Okay, my name is Michael Full
Okay.
from Damango Agri College.
Okay.
My question is, from your speech, you said you went to Kwadaso and you learned a lot about vegetables, the crops, and even after that, you went into pineapple production. So I want to know what came and then you changed from the pineapple production into agrochemicals. And the second question is, when you got that business idea to go venture into agrochemicals, how were you supported? Like the support you got?
Okay, let me give you a bit about my career path. After school, I went. There was no job, so I went to the private sector, Kurangu Farms, one of the biggest pineapple exporting companies in Ghana. Kurangu Farms, I rose to the general manager, and then from there, I went to fisheries. From fisheries, I came to Agrimat. I wanted to explore all the industry. Of course, the salary was motivation. So finally, I came to Agrimat, and Agrimat also import and distribute agrochemicals. So Agrimat, I developed a lot of the products, and quite apart from that, I liaised with a lot of the customers. And one customer, she's now she's no more. She motivated me. You know, this customer has not even attended school before, and this customer comes to buy things cash, one container, no better. And when she buys, she takes my telephone number. Anytime a client comes to the shop, oh, Brad Ben, customer be about or cabbage be now, yes, see. Then I speak to the customer, I recommend, and it's been frequently. I say, now woman here or no go school. This woman is able to open a lot of agro branches, and me, I say I'm an agri expert, and I'm still under somebody, and I don't know my future. So that woman really motivated me, and I started my own business. Now with the support that you're talking about, the support I got was the integrity thing. I approached a lot of the importers, and I told them they know my capabilities. I'm able to visit farms. One of the things I normally do is, if you want to do a lot of sales, you visit farms. You go around with the farmers, and I have knowledge as to what your plant needs. So at the end of the day, so this plant needs this, and then when I recommend, they say, okay, and then Fabre. Now, Fabre, and I don't have that cash to go and buy. So I approach the company, so I want to buy 10 cartons of this, and then I want you to give me credit 1 month. So they give me the credit. The farmer also pays me, I pay. So that's the integrity thing. So I never got any support, but the support was through my own being truthful to those people who gave me goods. That's it. So and yet they be an support. You need to work your way through.
Okay. So just as Michael did, when you started, you handed to yourself in your school, then you ask questions.
Okay, she's moderate. Okay. 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 Okay.
You spoke about integrity. I visited one of your shops some time ago and we had a serious argument there.
Okay.
I checked the current prices for the chemicals.
Yeah.
When I got there, it was something different.
Okay.
When I got there, I didn't go with my voters ID. They asked me to go and bring it because if I'm buying according to the banking for food and drug, then I have to use what they call coupon so as to go for my latest ID.
Yeah.
So I think the chemical I wanted then was 40 cedis, the,
Okay.
the 25 kg.
Okay.
But when I got there, they said it's 50 cedis with the coupon. So I wanted to know if we are trying to apply what we call integrity, why are they selling it to me 50 cedis whilst the price or the government is telling us is 40 cedis?
Okay, with this one, we need to investigate because you've given you one-sided thing. So we need to invest. What happened with the planting and food was, when it got to the latter part, it was in principle that people were doing. But maize, for instance, the companies that bought the maize, it got to a time they even stopped the planting for food because they saw that the open market price was quite exciting. So you come to the shop, you think we are doing planting for food. It's not planting for, it's a normal thing. So with your situation, Jifa will take it up and then we investigate as to the reason. Okay.
Thank you, Mr. Benjamin,
Yeah.
for your well-delivered speech. My own has to do with the agribusiness or franchising. Since you have been able to create a niche for yourself, and then you said you only deliver to BA and Northern Region and all that,
Yeah.
which I believe you don't have branches there. So in a case where someone will franchise with you, if you bring some money, give the product, but it will be in your name, are you willing to go into franchise?
Yeah, with a franchising thing, you know, I have a lot of experiences. So what I normally do is, I'll not do franchising, but what I'll do is I can support you. You open your own company, get your own shop, everything. We can, initially, you can pay certain amount to be giving you products. And as we see how you are doing your sales, then we can choose to give you some credit. Possibly maybe about, we start from 5,000 and then we progress. In that case, no, you are owning the company. I never want a situation where I'm having a stake and the monitoring, we don't have that luxury of being able to monitor. But it's the same thing. The franchise didn't now we used to have Agromonti, you know. But I can support you in a way where you register everything, get your EPA thing, you know. Then we start small paying and then we can be giving you credits and then we roll from there.
Okay, so just a follow-up. So in a case where you are doing that, so let's say in a BA, someone needs the product and calls you, will you recommend the person to that product, buy the product, or still have to do?
Okay, that's an intelligent question. What I do with my pricing system is, we have wholesale price and then retail price. So for something like Ag-Stud, for instance, we sell to the end user at 750, to the dealer at 700. So if we are dealing with you, for instance, what we're going to do is, we'll give you the 700, you sell 750. The person called from BA, he's a farmer, he wants to buy. We will tell him 750. And looking at the transport he's going to incur, he's going to buy from your end. And then if you are also doing wholesale, we will peg the price in such a way that it will not be exciting for the person to buy from us. Because my principle is to be able to encourage the dealers. Last week, for instance, we did program at Anglo-Raketa. And that was, we met the farmers, agro-input dealers were there. At the end of the day, the question was, where do we get? You don't tell the person to come to Accra. Your competitors are there. They have dealers they are operating with. So what you do is you identify a dealer there, and then they call you, oh, you can get some. That's what we are doing with the cocoa inputs. They call us at any part of the country. We point shop where they can get. Because at the end of the day, if your stock finishes, you come to Agromonti to buy. It's the same thing. So that's how I see it.
Can we take the last question? Talk about time. Then you can have a dialogue with him whilst you are taking your food, okay?
Okay.
So no, the lady is in answer.
No, my question is the same thing, but
But so that's why you can have a full-out dialogue with him, okay?
We are here, so yeah.
Yeah, you can, so somebody can answer.
Okay. Okay.
As an agro-input leader, apart from the competition, have you faced any challenges in the industry?
The challenges are enormous. It's not luxury as you think. The challenges are plenty. One of the challenges you face is, if you are developing a product and what we do with product development is we identify a community, meet the farmers, the extension officers. Last month, for instance, we did one at the OT region. The reason being that if you put your product in there and a farmer uses and doesn't work, he'll tell you your product is not good. And those things are challenges we face. So what you do is, any product you are introducing in a community, you meet everybody, show them the regime. This is how you apply. This is how I apply. These are the dosages. And at the end of the day, you are able to overcome those bottlenecks. Some of the bottlenecks apparently we are facing is the dollar thing, and then because prices are increasing every week, especially with the glyphosate. And it's a bit of a challenge because the farmers are saying they don't have money. The challenge is they say we are not going. So these are some of the few challenges we have.
I think there are lots of learning from what you have said. I have picked up a lot. And for me, the key about him, or for me, is his humility and how he's able to build his brand. And I think there are lots of learnings that you also have picked. What are some of the key learnings that you have picked? Maybe 2, 3 about him as a personality, as a person. Hardworking. Integrity, very key. It's been running through all our sessions. Honesty. Passion. Truthful. Branding. So I think we've all learned so much, and I had to actually start taking notes because I thought it was the regular thing I hear. I had to actually start taking notes. So, Mr. Benofe, we thank you so much on behalf of Agri House. Maybe we invite one of the students to also shares, maybe thank you. But before we leave, I think you are in teams already, like in schools already. So on the final day, on Friday, we are all going to present reports, full reports of everything that has happened from day 1 to the last day. So just to let you know that you can start preparing the challenges that you have faced, and then the learnings, and then what we can do better. But most importantly is what has been running through the week and how you could summarize. We are all going to present it as part of the test or the procedures for this year. Okay, Michael, do you have any word before ST? Okay, so anybody to come and say his final words? Yes, going school by school. Yeah. Anybody to share the final words? You want to do it, please.
Okay. I'm taller. Managing me like that.
You're making me feel special.
Managing me like that. This more or less a vote of thanks, right? Okay. On behalf of my colleagues, I want to say a very big thank you to the CEO of Agromonti. We've learned a lot, and I personally would have a backdoor discussion with him. I think mostly what we picked from him, number one, had to do with integrity and credibility, which I think has run through this program. Our first day, it was something that our trainers talked about. Again, so I want to assure him that most of us seated here are very curious about integrity, so we would come for you to actually give us the chemicals on credits to also sell. So we are most grateful for the opportunity, and we are grateful for the mentorship. We assure you that in the next 1 year, you see very vibrant agripreneurs and people into this agrochemicals. So we are assuring you once again that everything that you have said here is duly taken into consideration, and we put it in good use. God bless you.
Okay, so borrowing his words, we look forward to seeing vibrant and honest agro-input dealers and agribusiness owners amongst you all. So thank you for coming, and before you go, we'd want to refresh you. So there's food for everyone and water again, and then drinks. So we have wache, we have fried rice, and we have drinks for you. So we are going to go in rows, not columns, in rows, so that it can be orderly. And then we'll pick about 3 of you ladies to help us with the serving. So as you are eating, you can have the dialogue session with Mr. Fair. So thank you, and you can head to the back. So we're going to start from the front and then have your lunch. Okay, all right.